Francis, the internet is a wonderful place because the internet allows great videos of players when they were way younger, just straight up balling on fools. Should never say that again. I'm never going to say that again. I'm sorry. I apologize.
There's a list, Jason. There's a list we made of things you can't say and get away with. Like, you can't say word, although you say it a lot.
I can say word.
Oh, no, you can't say word. Word's fine.
In text.
You can't say you dig.
I don't say you dig. I don't
said
say
it once.
You dig. Anything else?
There's a list. I'm going to create one and I'm going to post it on the TYT Sports' Twitter, and you can see it. Things that Jason's can't say.
Fool.
I'm sure Jacory will help me with this list.
Jacory's not in there.
I'm not, but he will.
We need a graphic. We'll make a whole list of it.
And then if you make those lists, we need to give him a massive.
Yes. So thanks to Athletics Play and the Hoop Gods for this on Instagram. It's a very cool video of Steph Curry when he was a lot younger, playing. One of the guys he's playing against is Del Curry, his father, in an exhibition-like game. But what I think you're going to take notice is take note of his form isn't all that different. So I think it just took 20 years to master that down, 15 or maybe about 15 years to master it down. But take a look, watch him in transition, hitting threes.
Did he play against his dad, you said? I thought that sort of stuff only happened in One Tree Hill.
I don't know the reference.
No one does, apart from me, apparently, because I'm a 20-something-year-old man who likes One Tree Hill.
Dan, One Tree Hill?
Run the video.
No? Nothing. Run the video. Dan gave us thumbs down. He just didn't develop the shimmy yet. Can I say shimmy?
Shimmy.
Shimmy.
Shimmy, shimmy. This is the best example of how, regardless of whatever size and stature you are, it's never too early to develop technique first, right? And then allow athleticism and everything else to come. It's so important. He's what? I mean, he's built like 80 pounds, it looks there. Like,
he's
soaking
gained
wet.
7 pounds since
gained
then.
7 pounds and then really putting the effort in. But his technique is, you cannot teach that in a way that you can put people in the gym non-stop. Like, so it's just remarkable to watch that video and not be astounded at how every little fundamental thing looks nearly the exact same. Obviously things have been tweaked, but it's all in his upper body motion. His legs didn't seem to be.
What I find so amazing is usually when you go through the college process, right? And and Curry played a couple of years at Davidson, so it wasn't like a one and done. And then of course the NBA process, they tend to change a lot of fundamental things because you get better coaching, better trainers, and you get better experience playing with more developed talent, coaches, players, like I'm saying. So when you see stuff like his in transition kind of walking up and taking the three, he still does that to a T, just better than he used to then. That's something I would think that maybe coaches at first would have thought, I don't know if we should be doing this anymore. Why are you shooting from 27 feet? But he's just been on that trend for a while. And, of course, he mastered it 2 years ago. He really kind of unlocked it with that first MVP and the title, which, for whatever random reason, I do believe that the world's forgotten that the Warriors won 2 years ago. Like, does that come to your mind at all?
Because, I mean, we know that if the Warriors were to pass out, unfortunately, to touch wood, were just to die, their tombstone would read, Golden State Warriors blew a 3-1
lead. But I think it's hilarious. I just find they would read that. I do, but I find it remarkable because we talk about so many great scorers, like Tracy McGrady, players like Barkley, that didn't win titles. Stockton and Malone as a combo that didn't win titles, right?
Yeah.
But the Warriors get 10 times the amount of criticism. I get it because Durant's there and the super team and all these things. I think people have to remember, like, maybe we should just do a video. I'm going to start live tweeting the 2015 NBA Finals just out of random. Oh, man, what a shot by Curry there in Game 3.
Yeah, it's selective memory. That's what sports fans love to basically have in their arsenal. Like, whatever something happened, despite what goes on for the rest of that season. Like, for instance, if the Cavs were just to drop out and just have a horrendous season, the fans wouldn't remember that. They'd be like, oh, I remember winning, but every other fan will not care two shiders about the fact that they just won last year and delivered their hometown the first championship ever. So the same thing goes for any other sport. Like, for instance, the only comparison I have in my head is Jose Mourinho sacked from Chelsea 5 months into a new season. Whereas you go back 5 months, he delivered them a Premier League that they hadn't won in a couple of years. But it's selective memory.
But he sucked for 5 months.
Well, that's the thing.
That's the point I'm making.
And it's like Curry he's not having. He's still like he just 42 points a couple of games ago. But no one really cared about it because he's not at the same level.
I'm telling you, like, patience. Here's where I was wrong. Because I like to admit when I was wrong. I was very wrong on the Washington Wizards. I was very impatient with the Wizards, where I should have done the exact degree of patience with the Warriors as I should have done with the Wizards. Right?
Yeah.
Was too impatient. The Wizards are 20-7 over their last 27 games.
At home, they're frightening.
Only team that's been better with over that point is the Warriors, and at home they're terrifying. Always protect your home court. The Warriors, I'm still too patient on. I'm still waiting to see what Curry does with Durant. I still don't think it's completely figured out. I think it's very close that they're about to click, and that could be. They might win 70 games.
It could be devastating.
They might win 70 games.
There's this saying that I have that I'm just going to create it right now. It's like patience is a virtue. Yeah. I feel as if that's a good saying that people will really buy into. You know. So maybe quote me on it.
Reminds me of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Just so
Socrates.
If you do want to have it, just make sure you give me the correct reference and just tag me in it all. But yeah, patience is a virtue, and that's going to come to fruition. But I actually agree. Slow build, man. If there is anything, then another saying's coming to my head. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So I think, if there's any sporting, any sporting season that ever encompasses that saying, it's the fucking NBA. It is one hell of a marathon. It is a triathlon, decathlon. You need a good set of lungs to last a full season, so you don't want to click too early.
There's marathon is different from the decathlon.
I know, just combine them all.
You're just adding
a marathonial.
You're like a marathon, a triathlon, a thon maker.
I think you get my drift, right? It's a long season. It's a hard graft to be able to perform for the full season.
Any other sayings you'd like?
No, that's 2. So make sure you quote me on it. Francis Maxwell, patience is a virtue, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. Bow ties are always a good call.
Yep, you and Tucker Carlson.